They call it direction, and they give us none. On Supernatural, we don't get a whole lot of direction. Sometimes, you know, it's technical stuff, or they'll say something like, so you're going to do it like that? And you know, then you better do it differently if that's what they're asking. But yeah, I think that they sort of leave it up to us largely to sort of sort things out on our own on Supernatural. I've had, you know, very different directing experiences in the past. I feel like Castiel's mocking me.
That's what you get when you bring out a puppet.
What did you expect? So it's also like it feels like he's right up here, is kind of violating my personal space. But it's perfect because Castiel has that problem. I worked on a movie. It was an independent feature that was pretty terrible, and it was the first day of shooting, and I was kind of, you know, it was a 3-month-long shoot, and I was the male lead, and I was kind of nervous. I was kind of excited, but kind of nervous, and we did the first take on the first day of shooting, and the director said, "Okay."
You don't want to hear that.
And he came up to me and he said like this, "Misha, are you all right?" And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. All right, well, let's try it again, he said. And I was like, oh God, I'm horrible. And I said, okay, can you just give me 1 second? And he said, yes. Everybody, quiet on the set. Misha needs a minute. And that set the tone for the worst direction for 3 months that I've ever experienced. It was horrible. So sometimes you get a lot of direction that's really not helpful. Sometimes you get no direction at all that's also not helpful. And every once in a while you get a little bit of direction that is helpful. And I think that's kind of what we get on Supernatural. A little bit.
It depends on who you get. Like some directors are really hands-off, some directors are really hands-on, or it depends on what their idea is versus what your idea is. But the guys on Supernatural, yeah, they pretty much let it go. They're pretty laid back. If you're really screwing it up, they will say, "Can we try this?" And you're like, "Oh, sure." And normally you can do it. I have yet to come across a situation there where I've walked away and gone, I don't think I did what they wanted me to do. You know, so we're lucky because they're a bunch of boys. They've been doing it years. They know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. So those guys are really good at it. But you can go and work on, as Misha was saying, you can go and work on an independent film or something where you have a crazy, out-of-control, control-freak director who just is a nightmare from the get-go, and you have different ideas, and it can be really difficult. Thank God Supernatural is not that show, but you can get a little bit of everything. You can get over-controlling, and you can get under-controlling.
But what I like a lot is when you'll do something one way, and they'll be like, awesome, print it, and then they'll come over and say, no, okay, we have that, let's do something completely different, surprise me.
Yep.
And then you could just go a completely different direction, and then they have an option. I mean, as long as it's realistic, then it's cool.
Yeah, you do a couple of different takes and you do it a couple of different ways. And again, that's the beauty of the director. If they're comfortable and they know you and they're comfortable talking to you and they say, hey, do you want to try one? Why don't we? Some directors go, they try 2 different things and then they say, now I want you to do one that you want to do. Anything you want to do. And it's like, okay, and very often they end up using that because it's very real for you.
On Supernatural, when they say, you know, like, we got that, let's do something different, I pretty much invariably have Cass whip his dick out. And then...
shows that thing all over the place.
It's funny, now that I'm thinking about the episodes that I've seen, I don't think a lot of that has made it on. Couple, yeah.
We were late. Get up, puppet.
Hey, you guys, do you know that Julie McNiven's mic is not working? Are you guys aware of that?
No, the puppet, a couple of people were freaking out, so we'll bring the puppet back.
No, I'm talking about the microphone. Julie's...
Oh yeah, Julie, does your mic now work? They were trying to fix it.
No.
That's fine, leave it like that.
Okay, they're trying to fix it. They have little thingies over there.
Okay, carry on. Just thought I'd ask you now.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
That's totally shitting.
Did we answer that question? I think we did.
Yes, you did.